Good day, viewers, and welcome to yet another episode of Government and Public Service Reports on your favorite Atlantic television network. This is where we bring you the news, events, and stories abound in the state system. ATN's appetite for in-depth, unbiased, and factual reportage is the driving principle for this program in order to bring government activities to the doorstep of the people. We'll go through the highlights of today's reports in the headlines. In Lagos State, reconstruction begins on Ota-Abeokuta Expressway. In Katsina State, police arrest kidnappers. Federal government, Togo, Benin, O. Welcome back. And now we dive into the proper details for today. Rivers State House of Assembly, through its Committee on Power on Wednesday, conducted a public hearing on the Rivers State Electricity Market Bill 2024, which is a bill for a law to repeal the Rivers State Electricity and Gas Board Law, CAP 50 laws of the Rivers State 1999 Constitution, and to enact the Rivers State Electricity Market Law to provide for electricity supply. Its generation legislative list of the 1999 Constitution as altered. Hence, this bill, sponsored by the Speaker, Right Honorable Martin Amehule Chike, stressing that the bill is in line with the new order. Declaring the public hearing open, the Speaker of the House, Right Honorable Martin Amehule, who is also the sponsor of the bill, maintained that the public hearing is a vital aspect of lawmaking as it provides the platform for stakeholders and members of the public to ventilate their views and opinions on the bill. Of the Nigeria police in Enugu have killed at least 30 alleged kidnappers, including members of the notorious unknown gunmen. The Enugu state government has said on Wednesday, a statement released by the media house of the state governor, Peter Mba, which included details from Police Superintendent SP Onoche Eze, who led the joint security operation, described the group as a faction which broke Enugu and its environs for months and allegedly loyal to the Finland-based Nigerian Simon Ekpa. According to the reports in a statement by the senior police detective, they were killed during intense gun battles with security operatives at various locations across the states over the past 2 weeks. The statement further indicated that some kidnapped victims were rescued along the Ugwogu-Nikeopi road off the early hours of Wednesday. The other section. The palliative measures already completed on the road covered Songo-Ota, Pakoto, Ifo, Ekoro, Itori, and Obada, with stone bays spread on the bad portions to make traveling less stressful while the reconstruction is ongoing. The federal government-owned road has been in a deplorable state for more than 20 years. It was, however, handed over to the Ogun State government in 2024 by the President Bola Tinubu-led administration after previous efforts. Governor Dapo Abiodun had emphasized that bureaucratic bottlenecks stalled the reconstruction of the road. In a different story, suspected rapist and armed robber identified as 29-year-old Damilare Jacob has been arrested by the Osun State Police Command. The command spokesman Analysts have maintained that at Dams Oshomole outcry on the denial of access to public facilities for APC campaigns in Edo State is politically inclined. Speaking on Atlantic Television Network program ATN Politics, a political analyst, Vincent Ogenekwe, stated that the people of Edo State will as well exercise their rights of franchise on the forthcoming elections in the state as a people.
This regular pattern of propaganda is what the people of Edo State should be fed with, for them to, make their decision on whom they are going to pitch their tent with, as far as casting their votes is concerned. Because I don't see the reason why.
Meanwhile, Mr. Vincent tasked the Obaseki administration on the need to deliver dividends of democracy to the people as should.
With what is administration, I'm very, very concerned, all the promises that were made for the people of Edo State, or let me say yes.
He further revealed that during investigation, the suspect confessed to the commission of the crime. Aliyu said that the suspect would be charged to court after the completion of the investigations. Analysts have queried the integrity of the Kano State Independent Electoral Commission following its mandatory inclusion of candidate nomination fees over the forthcoming elections in the state. Speaking on Atlantic Television Network program Open Conversation, a political analyst, Daniel Momo, condemned the mandatory fees, maintaining that the operations of CAN-SEC towards the chairmanship and councillorship elections are already budgeted.
Are they buying and selling? That they now talk about inflationary figures, that what feeds them?
Elucidating further, Mr. Momo highlighted the constitutional responsibility of the Kano State Independent Electoral Commission.
If the INEC national chairman says that all political parties will pay 10 million naira, how? The first thing you ask is that, have you now become an agency that generates fund? They are not agencies that generate fund. It is never there. Theirs is to use public funds to conduct public elections that will bring in public people to serve in public offices.
Remember, this is coming as the Kano State Independent Electoral Commission says the nomination fees for the upcoming chairmanship and councillorship elections in the state are non-negotiable. The Commission of the State had fixed 10 million naira and 5 million naira nomination fees for the chairmanship and councillorship positions. Instead, all payments must be made through electronic transfers into designated accounts. According to the FAQ, subscriptions to the bond can be made electronically or through financial institutions. Also, for those intending to use balances in their domiciliary accounts for subscription, the funds must have been in the account for at least 30 days before the application date. Used to finance critical sectors of the Nigerian economy as approved by the President on the recommendation of the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy. At a 9.75% per annual coupon rate over a 5-year tenure, the bonds are targeted at both domestic and international investors with a minimum subscription amount of $10,000. This domestic dollar bond will enhance external reserves and help establish the foreign exchange situation in the country. Moving on, University Lecturers Union, ASU, have given the federal and state government a fresh 21-day ultimatum to meet its demands, or it will commence a nationwide strike. ASU asked the government to address all the outstanding issues hindering the development of the nation's universities, for which it went last strike on 2022. The ASU National President Emmanuel Osodeke announced the ultimatum at a press conference held at the Michael Okpara University of Agriculture, Umudike in Abia on Wednesday. NEC meeting, which was held between 17th and 18th of August at the University of Ibadan. He said that the union would reconvene at the expiration of the 21 days notice to take appropriate decisions as deemed necessary. He said that the NEC condemned in strong terms the scene seeming refusal by the federal and state governments to decisively address all the issues raised by the union. Mr. Osodeke also said that the union rejected the slow pace of the intervention by the Minister of Education in resolving these issues. According to him, the issues involve reviewing and signing the renegotiated 2009 federal FGN ASO agreement and impactful funding, including the Emergence and Revitalization Fund for public universities. They also include the payment of outstanding earned academic allowances, release of withheld salaries, promotion arrears, and third-party deductions of its members. Other issues include stoppage of illegal recruitment, proliferation of public universities, and abuse of universities, laws, regulations, and processes. There is also an issue of the removal of universities from the Treasury single account and new IPPIS vis-a-vis to herald the autonomy of our union on the failed promises of the government in addressing the lingering issues that forced the union to embark on the nationwide strike of February to October in 2022. Mr. Osodeke also said the union has declared on Tuesday, 10th September as Victimized Lecturers Day. He said the day would be used to solidarize with its members unjustly persecuted across the nation's universities. He also said that the union will use this day to register its displeasure with the avoidable labor management crisis at Lagos State University, Kogi State University, and Federal University of Technology, Owerri, and others. Mr. 2022. However, ASO has always maintained that its demands are to protect public universities and the interest of lecturers. Moving on, federal government has endorsed the Inter-Party Advisory Council IPAC film project Unbroken, 2.5 decades, a documentary highlighting Nigeria's 25-year journey of uninterrupted strike. Further speaking on Wednesday at a press briefing at the Michael Okpara University of Agriculture, Umudike, Abia State, ASU President Professor Emmanuel Osodeke insisted that lecturers would be forced to embark on another strike except the federal government met their demands before the expiration of 21-day ultimatum. When contacted on Wednesday by phone in the evening to react to the strike threat, the spokesperson for the Federal Government of Education, Falashade Biriowa, the ministry is working on it, was what was said. The Minister of Education, Professor Tahir Maman, on June 26 invited ASU for a meeting to deliberate on the lingering urgency. He said, our union is working with the government, is worried that the government appears to fixated on its self-serving approach of legalistic and bureaucratic arm twisting. Osodeke said it was regrettable that university issues over these issues include reviewing and signing of the renegotiated 2009 federal government and ASU agreement, impactful funding. After extensive deliberations on the foregoing, amongst others, ASU NEC at its last meeting resolved to condemn in strong terms the seeming refusal of the federal and state governments to address decisively all outstanding issues with ASU, reject the slow pace of intervention by the Minister of Education in resolving the aforementioned issues, give the government a 21-day ultimatum to address all outstanding issues, and reconvene at the expiration of 21 days notice to take an appropriate decision as deemed necessary. Do not forget you are watching Government and Public Service Report on Atlantic Television Network. We'll be back after this short break. Don't go nowhere.
If
Welcome back to Government and Public Service Reports on Atlantic Television Network. Now to the rest of our stories. Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has released the sacked chairman of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, Jal Arabi, and the Commission Secretary, Abdullahi Kontang. They were released on Monday after meeting their bail conditions. Nothing yet on the matter. No other recoveries except for the earlier ones, said the source. The EFCC spokesperson, Dele Oyewale, could not be reached as of the time of the filing of this report. He did not respond to any of the messages and calls sent to him on the matter. The Nigerian Bar Association has called for the full implementation of the directive of President Bola Tinubu on the supply of crude to Dangote Refinery and modular refineries in the country. Umbrella Professionals Association